I put a bad bitch up in her place. If she thinks she the shit, then I'm bursting her bubble. I am a dog off the leash. If I see a bone I want, I go and get it. Fuck a muzzle.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Kwaejo, the sexiest rapper in the six, and that's not up for debate. I want to have a conversation about the journey. I feel like people, there aren't too many people that embrace the journey, and that's something that needs to be more talked about. We see on social media and in movies and the media in general the finished products of stuff. We never see the work that goes in behind it. And I mean, at least I'd say, to better your attitude towards a lot of things, I would adopt the attitude of in everything give thanks. Again, from a hustler's perspective. When you adopt the perspective of in everything give thanks, you don't have to take it literal. If you lose 15 bands, you don't go say I'm giving thanks for losing 15 bands. It's literally a mindset one could operate from. If you lost 15K, say, hey, at least I didn't lose 30K. Feel me? That's how you're giving thanks. That's the one thing I'm gonna tell you to adopt, but I'm also gonna tell you to think of the scenario of a glass that's half full with water or half empty. Whichever perspective you choose to look at, that's up to you. One person is gonna say this glass is half full, the other person is gonna say this glass is half empty. It's not really for you to convince the other person on your perspective, it's just about how you wanna view it. So I would say you would wanna go back about choosing the perspective that's gonna be most beneficial to you and not detrimental. You know what I'm saying? The ideology of in everything give thanks is like, man, I literally take the time to become knowledgeable on so many situations of other people who are aspiring to reach a certain goal. I fulfill myself with that knowledge because one thing for certain is that life is gonna have its downs. Life is not all the way up. And while you're going through it, the downs feel way longer than the ups feel. I can tell you that for a fact. If it's one thing I've learned in my life, it's that the lows feel way longer than your high moments. At least it seems that way. So one thing that I wanted to adopt was becoming familiar with a wide array of other people's situations so that when it's my time around to experience my lows, I'm very familiar with what others have experienced and how they overcome or how they overcame those moments. In those situations, I say this. This is similar to what I've learned. The hardships I'm encountering at that moment is very similar to this other person's hardship that I had studied in the past. How did they get through it? And I, moving accordingly with that information, I'm able to pursue and keep in my stance. When I was in university, I was trying to finish up that degree. I was like, yo, I don't even understand what the fuck is going on here. I don't know how I'm gonna finish. I don't know what I need. And I was just like, yo, one step at a time, one step at a time. I had my man who was right there with me, who was like, yo, let's focus on one step at a time. I couldn't even see the light at the end of the fucking tunnel. It was just bad. I even remember I did a project or something and I got like a 70%, something like that. And that was bad for me because I was trying to get like an 80 minimum, nothing less than that. And the professor was like, yo, that's a good mark. And I was thinking, yo, this lady's playing a joke on me, man. Cause I was like, what do you mean that's a good mark? How's a B- a good mark, I'm trying to shoot for 100. But it was in that moment I could have focused on, okay, I got a 70. And then I could have been like, this is not for me because I felt like I worked hard. I worked hard as hell and I only got a 70. But you know what? I'm like, all right, I only got a 70. But then you start to think, okay, at least I didn't get a 60. Because there were surely other people that got 60s and much lower. And then you say, okay, this is what I did to get a 70. How do I take what I did and build on it so I can get a higher than a 70 next time? And that's all it is. It's really just a mental thing. It's really just a mental thing because our minds can be our key to success, but they can also be the weapons of our destruction. And the mind can play very dirty tricks on you, very dirty games on you. If you find the information in this video helpful or relatable, I'm gonna ask that you leave a comment or a like, or you share it with somebody that you know that it can be beneficial to. Follow me on all social medias and on my YouTube channel as well, under Kwaejo. Kwaejo on social media, Kwaejo on YouTube. Until next time, get him. I
put a bad bitch up in her place. If she thinks she the shit, then I'm bursting her bubble.